Welcome, guys. Welcome. Good evening. Mulishani Bonse, Kimanziwani, Mutozichwani, Mwaiseni. Today is a good day. It's got a lot of good things happening. You know, Zambia, we've made a name in the world map for our democracy by youth. Congratulations. I'm so excited to be here today. Join in. I'll be sharing the link briefly so we can discuss. Today, our topics, I wanted just to talk about HH's presence at the United Nations General Assembly. I also want to talk about the trending issue of defectors, people coming to join UPND barely a month after elections. So we're going to talk about that. And then we're also going to talk about the money bags, the trending issue of, you know, the latest issue of monies, cash money being found in Faith Musonda's home. And then we are saying that Faith Musonda is just a small person in HH's life. What of the ministers and all the other high-ranking former government officials? How much do they have? What's your take? Let us talk about this. It's very important. Zambia's democracy is being recognized worldwide. We heard Mr. Joe Biden, the American president, praise the Zambian youth. Is tremendous, guys. The whole world is looking at us. So let's not stop at just electing the president. Let us continue forging ahead and holding the government accountable and holding these 1.8 accountable to change. And we're just going to share, guys. My name is Queen Pumi. If you don't know me, I'm a political advocate as well as a human rights activist. And what we are sharing, what we share on Facebook is opinions and what people think. So if you are judgmental, guys, hold your fire. Facebook is a social media. We are just socializing here. At the same time as we socialize, we are being serious and we are being focused. The Zambian election was won on social media, which I want to thank you again, my youth, for being on social media. So I'm just going to share, I'm going to play some music as I share in my groups. Welcome, welcome. Share with your friends as well so we can, you know, we can gather here. I'm going to share the link as well.
country is going through very, very difficult times. I have never seen Zambians suffer like this.
Okay, guys, welcome. We are here, we are live. I've just posted the link if you want to join in. We are talking about Bally in USA at the United Nations General Assembly. We are also talking about the money that has been found all over in a PF's former PF officials. Yes, guys, welcome. Francesca, I see you from Lusaka. Kayombo, I see you. Muke, welcome. Charles Munene, I see you. Ipiot, I see you. Chris, I see you. So good evening, guys. We are here joining. I just posted the link if you want to discuss. We're just discussing, celebrating actually our victory. Our celebration is not yet over. We are celebrating. You can see the climax of our victory is the youth being recognized at the UN, at the General Assembly. So it's a big thing, guys. It's not a light thing. So I would just want to urge you youth to continue being patriotic, continue fighting for your rights. And I also want to comment that as you know, I am a human rights advocate. So human rights is a birthright. We are all born free and equal. And Zambia is a signatory to the United Nations Declaration, meaning that Zambia as a country is supposed to observe all the human rights. That being said, there's an argument on Facebook where people are saying, why should we have free education? Forget about free education. I'm here to tell you that free education is a birthright. Zambia is a signatory to the human rights under the UN. We have a Human Rights Commission which has been quiet all through the campaign period and through the election. A lot of human rights were abused, but the Human Rights Commission in Zambia is quiet. Me personally, I'm looking for an overhaul of the Human Rights Commission there in Zambia. They did not do anything to protect our human rights. So what I'm saying is that education is a human right. By birth, you are all entitled to free health care, education, and 30 human rights. which include, freedom of assembly, freedom of association, freedom of, choice to belong to any political party. Guys, knowledge is power. Go on the internet, type in United Nations and human rights, you are going to see them. It's 30 of them. So those rights, they are free. Just the fact that you are a human being, you are entitled to them. So education is a free right for any human being living, In Zambia, for example, if you don't want free education, then I don't know. You don't know your rights. So that is one of my mission here, is to educate, to inform, to share information so people know what they're entitled to. And if people know what they're entitled to, they can claim what their entitlement. So education is free, guys. Education has always been free, but it has been taken away by this PF. For the last 10 years, we owe our right of education being taken away. We owe our right of free healthcare being taken away. We were abused. Other words, I always say, PF, they are a terrorist organization. They are not a political party. So free education is coming, guys. We just need to give the new government to situate themselves. They inherited empty coffers, so we need to allow them, give them time to source money and the government should start running. Like the government, it's only the ministers who are appointed. They are still working to formulate their government and fill their positions with the right qualified personnel. So I think it's outrageous for people to be protesting, to say we want free education in which you promised us. That is not wise. It's not normal. We have to be level-headed, guys. Free education is coming. We have to round up all our resources, and the money, the coffers were looted. Literally, if you just see even what Faith did, the money that has been found at Faith Musonda. So in the ministers' homes, how much money is there? So we need to give the government time to work. And on the part of, there's a comment, somebody who said, what about the people who have jobs, like ministers or, businessmen? The solution to those people is private schools and private hospitals, but every Zambian is entitled to free education and free health care. And people who can afford to pay for their children's education, they can take their children to private schools. I know some of these people at their jobs, they give an education allowance for their children and all those fringe benefits which come with their job. So those people can take their children to private hospitals or private schools. Meanwhile, all of us, we should be ready. We should claim and demand free education. What I'm saying is we just need to calm down and let them work. There is no money in the coffers. So guys, we are here today. I'm just going to welcome. I see a lot of people have joined in. Let's be patriotic, guys. I see Fanwell. Hi, Fanwell. Kondwani Banda. I see you. Yes, I'm a human rights advocate, and I want a lot of you guys to get certification as human rights consultants. You need to have a bachelor's degree or equivalent of experience to get your human rights consultancy. This is what is lacking in Zambia. We need to be aware of our rights. That's why people are saying, oh, are you dreaming? There's no such thing as free education. It's a basic human right. Food, shelter, education, health care, freedom of speech, a right to a job, a right to get paid after you work, all those things, study them, guys. We are blessed to live in a social, in a technology time where information is on our fingertips. Information is on your smartphone. You just type in anything, it is there. So I am here to encourage you by youth. I have my passion is to take every Zambian out of poverty. And that's why I have engaged by youth for the last 6 months so that our dream can come true. So welcome, guys. Welcome. I see Unga from Haveron, Judy Daka, welcome, Fanwell. Thank you guys. I love you guys. You are wonderful. And you know, I thank you because for me, we were personally campaigning every day with the Honorable Matomola Likwanya. We were on his page. We have over 200,000 followers on that page. And we're reaching millions of people until PF tried to block us. They paid people to be reporting us every day to Facebook. They tried to block us. So in the last 2 weeks before elections, we had to move our broadcast from Matomola's page to this page. But you know what, Matomola, I would like to thank my son Matomola. He did a tremendous job campaigning, and the results have shown, and the world is happy with the Zambian youths. I'm happy with you, and I'm so proud to be part of the change. I am really proud, and today I really feel happy to be Zambian. So, guys, today is Insaka. I won't talk much. I have a few people on the panel. They are ready to join me. So we will be discussing, guys. Just come in, let's share. This is People's TV. The youth is the future. That's why for me, I'm all about the youth. I'm all about the youth, but let's be progressive. Let's have progressive minds. Let's think ideas. And you know, there's one thing that I also want to share is that a lot of Zambian youths have not been able to get into even a secondary school or high school because they are orphans or because their family cannot afford to pay for them in high school or finish their whatever the passion they want. So I'm here to encourage you to say, you know what, just be driven, focus, you know. Here we have people in the United States, even in Zambia, I've seen a lot of people who are senior citizens going back to school. But you guys, you did wonderful. You elected the right president. And all you guys, your dreams can come true. Do not give up hope. Always have a dream, have a passion, have a vision. Chase your dream, you know. Do not live life like you're going to die tomorrow. No, because we only have one life. Take care of your life. Take care of your mental health. Take care of your emotional health. Take care of your physical health. Your body, you need to take care of your bodies. You know, watch what you eat, watch your weight, exercise daily, you know. Think positive. Even if things get you down, you know, shake it off. Get over it. Do not be have a pity party, always crying our nation. No, all of us, we have problems, but we have to have that ability to push, to think of the future, to think the best. And right now, I am so excited myself because Zambia, we are on the map. A lot of countries, they will be willing to help you youth. You know, they are congratulating HH because HH is representing you. At the UN, when all these leaders, they are looking at HH, they see the Zambian youth because he's your representative. You chose him, guys. It's awesome. It's wonderful. There are a lot of people out there with a good heart and they are ready to help youths who have a vision. You guys refuse to be corrupted and you insisted for change. So the good news is that all of us here, we are actually in Washington, D.C. with HH because HH is representing us. So it's good news. I see Eric. Welcome. The floor is yours, Eric. You can come in. Welcome. I see Eric. I see Goodson. I see Yolam and Charles. So be ready to speak, guys. We know the topics. You are welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Madam Pumi. How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you. Mr. Goodson, is it Goodson, Mr. Yolam, and all the viewers in different platforms, good evening. Thank you very much for being in your midst today. Yeah, I'll start with something that just recently happened on those who were the EPE leader, the opposition president. I think it's not good for a president who is vying for presidency to start himself. I would have appreciated if he had to say his representatives for him to just tie himself to the chains on that statue, the freedom statue. That was irresponsible and not showing good leadership. What he was supposed to do is at least to send representatives, even if it's good for him to, have demonstrations. But a leader who is vying for a position in government, or maybe to be a leader of the country, carrying himself and portraying himself like that, it's not good. I think what he did was just showing himself to say he is irresponsible, because the current government, just like what you've already mentioned, to say it inherited empty coffers. So they are trying by all means to make sure to say the economy is good, because everything can work properly in the country when the economy is okay. So the economy is not okay because of the previous government. They had to loot the money, they stole the money, and we are even seeing these things. So being the leader of opposition, for him to carry out himself like that, I think it is not good, because he's just demonstrating empty-headedness together with his political compatriots in his political party. I think that's what I will say at the moment.
Yes, thank you, Eric. Actually, it's a shame. For me, I was very disturbed, to see that man. It's like irresponsible right there. Like nobody's going to follow him. Some behavior, you just eliminate yourself from the race by your behavior. So he has eliminated himself, because even if like you buy a car, you can't just buy a car without checking in gas if the car is okay, everything that you need for your road trip is there. So this is what the new government is doing. They are checking everything. And moreover, they inherited empty coffers. There is another permanent secretary whom I heard yesterday. Ataba Kashibari Butukana 150 million kwacha. 150 million. To Nakuri Faith is 65 million. Another permanent secretary, the wife has run away. So guys, that's what I was talking the other day to say. We need whistleblowers. I want to have a even peer. They cannot carry this money by themselves. They are being helped to carry the money. So these people, if you are seeing anything fishy, report, please. We want our money back so we can put the economy back on track. Because if by HH, New York, Minister of Finance is to source money to jumpstart the economy. It's zero. How can you run an economy without money? We need salaries. We need all these things. Amaskuruna Yesuka, we need bursaries. We need to pay the ministers. People are working. The economy needs to run. Civil servant needs their pay. So it's just a big mess. So, Goodson, you are next. If you want to come in, it's free, guys. Today we're just talking about the breaking news. If you have anything to say, you can come in and I will post the link and you can share. It's an open forum, guys. I've posted the link in the comments. Mr. Goodson, Destiny, the floor is yours. Goodson is not ready. Yolam or Charles, if you are ready, you can come on. And then yesterday we saw Charmaine Musonda, ku secretariat trying to defect, to join back to UPND. I don't know much of our history, Charmaine Musonda, but I just want to say, I'm like, you know what? If ever UPND, we must be serious. There is no way we can start having meetings to welcome defectors back into the party. There is no way. We are barely a month. Yes, Charles.
Hello, Mama.
Yes.
Hello,
yes.
Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
How are you, Mom?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Thank
Welcome.
you very much. Welcome to Madam. The Queen.
The
Yes,
Queen
Mom.
VPN in the house.
In
Yes.
the world. Yeah,
It's
exactly,
a
ma'am.
new
I'm very
crown.
happy
You guys need to make me a crown which says the Queen VPN so I can be wearing it when I come live.
exactly, ma'am.
Yes, go ahead, sir. Go ahead, my son.
Thank you very much. Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much for the platform. And my concerns about the guy, the same man, the EFF, that's my correction, the EF president, Mr. Kumwenda, Mwenya Kumwenda, the one who was on the statue.
Yes.
Sometimes that's we can call it the ignorance because you cannot start demanding the free education now. After all, the president mentioned we are going to do it later, and the coffers are empty. We cannot push him to do something which he cannot do it now. And again, the budget we are using is not for UPND, it's for PF. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, we are listening. We are listening.
Yeah, the budget we are using is not for UPND. It's for PF. You cannot demand free education now. We are going to see when the Minister of Finance is going to raise the budget in the Parliament. Now we are going to see how much has put into the Ministry of Education. We're going to see this much and this much. That's what we're going to now start demanding. Now, how are we going to do it? Because the money is not enough in this ministry. Coming again to the issue.
Yes, go ahead.
Coming against the issue of Cheremus on that. That lady, she was a UPND member before.
Mm-hmm.
She was a UPND member. Then in the course, she was a girlfriend to the Mr. Muitwa, the man who was pardoned from the sales.
Okay.
He was a member of parliament in Chilanga also.
Okay.
Yes. Then from there, the lady she joined the UPND. Then during the course of campaigns, she was beaten by PF, and for that she defected going to PF to avoid being beaten again. Now, when the UPND won election, that's why she said come back. And the women of UPND, they said, no, we don't want you. That's the issue about the defection of Musonda.
Exactly. So I am very proud of the women to stand up. This is not a time to start admitting defectors. You know, actually, I am proposing that the party should have a rule to say at least one year to admit defectors back into the party. They should put a timeline.
Exactly,
you know, you know, she was bribed, maybe no. We want loyal members, people who can stand the test of time. You know, people defected from the party because they were not adopted. Why? You know, and then now you start crying. No, just people should own their mistake. A lot of people made mistakes by defecting because they were not adopted, or they took money and they defected. What I can advise those people, the defectors, is just stay calm. Not if you kulala and the A, B, C, D about the party, talking evil about the party that you belong to. It's wrong. You know?
Exactly.
So if you talk evil about the party you belong to, now you are independent. In fact, you know, in political parties, Chimo is like a family. It's like we have all got problems in our family. Family is the same thing. If you have issues, resolve your problems privately that you had in your political party. Because from there, UPND fancy, you are an independent, but even if you are an independent, you need people. You need to work in a team. So from there, how are they going to look at you? At uyu tato you ngatwamuleta na if anything goes wrong, she'll go and wash her dirty linen in public. So me, what I can advise these people, take any bola punch, munu yamenshi, let the waters calm down. No 1 month Tyler Peter, the dust hasn't even settled. People are not even in offices. Being a member of parliament is not everything. There are so many things that you can do to run a government. All these ministries, they are going to be removed. The people in all those ministries, they are going to be removed. And the people who qualify for the jobs are going to be appointed in these jobs. So being a member of parliament is not the only job. And some of these people should have realized to say, even if I'm not a member of parliament, I can still serve the government. For me, I am here. It's a service to the government. I volunteer my time to educate, to share information, to create a platform like this. I am a contributor. And I feel good about what I'm doing because I am doing something. I don't have to be a member of parliament or a permanent secretary to contribute to Zambia. So now people start questioning your motive. Do you really want to help Zambians or you want to help yourself? Because it's too much. I have seen people bashing, talking about UPND, like, excuse you. Do you really want to help the party or the Zambians or you want to help yourself? You know? Politics is a service. It's a service, and you can't be so angry if you are not adopted. No, because there are so many roles for you in which you can serve and help the people of Zambia. So Naperam defectors, there are a lot of defectors who defected even before elections. And so we should just ignore them. All I can say is let's ignore these defectors. And I posted yesterday a video of Yabama Machika Monica. She was saying, how dare you top officials to secretariat? Mulekwatama meetings na defectors. Meanwhile, utusaka tuandalama, Faith is going to court. No one is talking about all the money that Faith has. These defectors, they will end up being infiltrators and now bribing people in our party with all these millions that they have. So it's a problem, guys. Me, I'm worried because these defectors, they are not defectors, so-called defectors. They are infiltrators. Bally Sanama, millions of dollars. People have not. What's that quite here? Will you fake millions of dollars? There is some UPND. Go ahead, Goodson.
Yes. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
That side.
Yeah, it's morning.
Yes. For me, thank you. Quickly for me, I just want to comment quickly on the president's speech, the UN. It's a breather. Really, it's that moment whereby you can walk with your head high and say, oh, so we can also have a president who is, who is capable of delivering at such a very high level. A president who is intelligent, audible. Because in the past, one used to hear when someone is speaking, you hear ladies and gentlemen, but this time around, we heard the whole speech. So it's very encouraging. I'm so excited. And we pray that God will continue to bless our president. So far, so good. I think he's doing a marvelous job. Coming to defectors, ma'am. Defectors are welcome. Let them defect. But here is the advice. If you want to defect, ask around in your area if there's any UPND office. Go and buy a card. We need money to run the party. Go and buy a membership card. Get your membership card. Go home quietly and continue with your business. My worry is, why should certain people have organized defections? You want to be paraded before they come. What's so special about those individuals compared to people who woke up as early as 01 to go and vote. If you want to defect as early, go and defect peacefully and quietly. We will not have an issue. But we'll have an issue, especially on characters who insulted the party, characters who defected hours before we changed government. It's clear if PF had won, they wouldn't have defected by now. So I think for me, these are just chances. These are just self-centered people. They are self-serving. Their interest is about their bellies and their children. And they have got nothing to do with we, the people who ushered in a government. They have nothing whatsoever about service. It's about personal benefits. And I think, I'm sorry to use this word, but political prostitution, I think, must come to an end in this country. That's why we have people who have been serving since UNIP, MMD, and now they want to join Upnd. They just want to continue eating and eating. And we cannot continue and we can't condone that. And I'm sorry again, may I address the SG of Upnd? I think the man must slow down. What I expected from the SG by now is to go to areas, especially where we got less votes, and go there and thank them and say, thank you guys. On behalf of the president and the entire leadership, he cannot come now. But I'm here as his messenger to say thank you, because you can lose an election with one vote. So that man should have been in certain areas, even where we performed well, and in areas where I'm concerned about areas where we didn't do well, but we did well for the first time, of course, we know. He should have been in those areas thanking those people. Unlike organizing defections, having underground meetings, I think the man can do better. If he has no advisors, please, he has that leeway to appoint advisors as well in his committee, so that they can advise him properly, because what's going on is really unacceptable. People like Shaman and other people, we don't expect them to defect now. Let them defect after 2 years. It's an insult to people who are suffering. They start seeing the same faces that were in PF. They now come to Upnd and start joining. That's an insult, and I think we will not tolerate it. And I'm glad that the women really rejected that notion, and going forward, we shall not allow it. And I'm calling upon the leadership to make sure that they are serious with what they are doing. Otherwise, so far so good, ma'am. We are so excited with what's going on with the leadership of His Excellency President Unga and the HM. It's a breather. You know, last month, for the first time since 2011, I managed to walk from the ghetto where I stay into town. I dropped in Kamwala. I live in Saka. Kamwala. I moved into CBD, Katondo, until Soweto, and nobody touched me. Then I'm like, am I really in Zambia? Is this Zambia? So really, people are seeing that things are changing, but I think as youths, we need to also up our game, and we have a lot at stake. We are expecting a lot. We need to get involved so that we can push things forward, because government alone cannot do it. Much as we want jobs, we want empowerment, but I think we must also be proactive in making sure that we push the national agenda forward.
Thank you, Goodson. Thank you. Yes, guys. So yes, yes, defectors, I can just say defectors are not welcome. Abantu bali chula. People were beaten, people were attacked. Right now, we should have the Secretariat recognizing efforts. For me, that's what I want. Is like the Secretariat should start recognizing people who went out of their way to ensure this victory. You know, we need to recognize people. We need to appreciate people. And that is very important. We need to appreciate people who have been there, who have been loyal. Not you hold meetings to celebrate defectors. Really? That is wrong. That is uncalled for, and it should stop. It's like you are celebrating a political prostitution. No, you should be the party right now should be celebrating people who did things to make sure that we had a victory. Juba, you are next, and then Yola.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I concur with the previous speaker that these defectors, they are just job seekers. They cannot survive without government. So they want to survive through joining again the government of the day, which is unfortunate. People who struggled for this party, they're just there quietly, patiently waiting for the what? For the opportunities. And these chances, they are just coming now to congest our party and to get an opportunity instead of giving these people who fought for this party and those who have fresh mind and fresh blood and even fresh in politics. They want now to come again and make sure that they destroy even this party. We in UPND, we don't want them, because with or without them, we want these elections. Because these people, they were there and they just saw that these prostitute politicians like GBM, Kambwili, Kakoma, they went in PF, and those people also, they started going there to say that the UPND do not survive because the people who were there, they have gone to PF, which was unfortunate because they didn't realize that these youths, they are there to change the government. They didn't realize that we are not using the what? The old register. And the new register was very friendly to us because it registered mostly the youths. And the same youths are the ones who frustrated the what? The PF. And this time around, we don't need these prostitute politicians. Just because they have lost to PF, now they want to come and eat again and destroy UPND. I think SG for UPND needs to think about it, because as what you have said, madam, they cannot just start celebrating these chances who are coming. Instead, for them to go and appreciate the people who fought for this party. And now they want to get drunk with these people who are coming and fooling them to say, no, we have come to join to make UPND to be popular. They are just making us to be unpopular. Just because these people, they have dirty names, they have even in politics now, they are useless. If we would just be welcoming them, they will just make our party now to be unpopular. And the same people, they will bring ideas which they failed with PF and bring them to UPND and will make UPND now to be worse, you see. So we want the people who have fresh blood and the same people who delivered UPND to be what? In government. These are the people that they should be given positions, and neutral people who didn't even participate in the elections, and those people who didn't even, those who have no intention to be in politics, are those people that we need them, because we need those professionals. We need those people who are technical in their works, not these guys who are just there to get the job where they didn't even work. So in this case, I'm really, really disappointed with the SG for considering these people who are coming as job seekers, as chancers, as prostitutes. So we don't need this situation again. We don't need this scandal to happen again in UPND, because he's just making our party now to be unpopular. People are very angry. If he can go on grassroots, he will just find that people, they are just complaining. And the Zambians now, what I've noticed, they are not even showing, they are just showing ivory. They cannot show you that they are angry. So if he just continue with welcoming those people, he will just realize when the party is now unpopular. So let him just think twice about these defectors from PF and other parties. And that's what I can assure him.
Yes, thank you.
And
thank you, Juba.
Yeah.
So thank you, Juba. I think we have got your point. And the thing is, our president, Mr. HH, he is a social media person. So he's following what's happening. And the president, the youth are his bosses. And feel free to write the office of the president and complain. Mr. whoever the name is, the SG, he will lose his job. He has to come and apologize. If the youth are not happy, HH has said that whoever is working against the party policies, he will be let go. So we are not here to celebrate defectors. I've not seen a party celebrating the people who worked hard, you know. For example, one of my election observers is the one who intercepted the tracks of people coming from Mozambique and Malawi to vote for PF. I have not seen anyone celebrating. This is what he needs to be doing. The party needs to be investigating people who went above and beyond. That guy, I'm not going to mention his name for privacy reasons, but my observer, he's in Eastern Province. Him alone, he saved the party thousands of votes because of his vigilance and patriotism. He could have been bribed, but he refused. These are the people we are supposed to see paraded at the secretariat and celebrated. We don't want to see political prostitutes being paraded to secretariat or they have rejoined. That is an insult to people, to the youth. It's an insult because the youth want some of them for fear of being beaten by PF. Plot one kuja kunganda yaba president kunyuka sam. Have we seen a function to celebrate those people? No. Political prostitutes celebrating the Matibale Samupati. You know what? Don't even get me started. Like, if I start thinking about this thing, so Yolam, the floor is yours. You can go ahead.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you. Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me, Madam?
Yes, you're welcome. You're loud and clear.
Thank you. Greetings to everybody. Good morning to you.
Good evening. Yes, welcome.
Talking about the issue of defectors. The defectors, I think they should be accepted in the party, but they should not be given political positions as in to serve in offices. Why do I say so? If people voted for change and then we are bringing in people from PF, meaning to say there's no change, there's no reason for change if we are still using the same people who are serving in the PF government. So as a new government, as UPND, if there are defectors who are coming from PF, let them come in, but they should not be given positions, higher authority positions, whereby they should be leaders of the offices and the likes. Because some of them, as for now, they knew to say going out of office. That I know. So they had stolen some money. Now their plan, I think, if they come into the UPND government, they want to find it as a hiding place, because they know that if they are in the government, they are serving the ruling government, they will be not investigated. Therefore, I think as a party, UPND, these people, let them come in and then follow them in their, when it comes to responsibilities and accountability to the resources of the government, which they were using. They should be investigated, whether bachita defect or tabarachita defect, abantu na twachite investigate. No kumona if you make abuteko. That's what I wanted to say, Madam.
Thank you, right,
and thank everybody.
Yeah, so everybody mute, guys. Okay, so Yolam was very right, and there is a famous cartoon which goes around the internet. We say it's only in Africa where the youth celebrate political prostitutes, something like that. But people who have stolen money, they are scared of being prosecuted, so they just jump from one party to another. That's why you see the same people from UNIP to MMD to P. No, and this thing of saying we are having these people in office because of experience. What experience? They experienced work in a government that was corrupt. We don't want that. We want fresh blood in this government. English anywhere you think you do. But youth bali sambia bali kwata degree. Elo bambina basha kwata degree bali changela. They can learn, they can be trained. This whole thing is annoying me of saying, no, we are bringing people because they have experience. What experience? The experience they are bringing in is from government that failed lamentably. A government You need to drop these people. They need to be dropped, and we won't be quiet. We are not going to be quiet. We are not. We want fresh blood. Some of us, we don't even have experience in the government, but we have experience in the different fields of specialization. Hmm? Give us a chance by youth. Now it's on the world map by youth in so we want to see by youth in government. We want to see that. Not a defectors so that they should not be prosecuted. Me, I will not shut up. I will not shut up, and we will talk until this thing is right. Majority of the population in Zambia is by youth. So we expect to see majority of the leadership in government should be youth. We don't want to see our recycled politicians at what experience. Experience in what? Experience from a failed government? No. We say no to that. Me personally, I say no to that. Eric, you are next. You can come in. And then Musa. If you are ready, guys, just raise your hand up to speak. Yes.
What I wanted to say is on these defectors, as I've already mentioned, there is a commotion as we are talking about right now for the youth leaders in Chilanga, because that's where this Musonda is coming from. The youth leaders, or maybe the youth from Chilanga, they were betrayed by her. They were betrayed because the way she left the UPND, it was not okay. She left noise and people are not happy. Just after seeing her by the secretariat, the youth from that side, they are not happy. They are protesting until now. And that is a sign which shows to say things are not okay. And once this commotion continue happening, we might have a lot of problems in the leadership, because the political party, for it to stand strong, it needs to be organized in the roots, or maybe in the background where people are. And once these youth are betrayed, it means things are not going to be fine that side. So it's more like the SG himself is the one who is a problem here. And I've heard also some rumors in the background where they say some of the political or party leaders in the PF government have gone to him. They've given him plots and also money. They've bought a new vehicle for him, and a lot of top business people in Lusaka. The vehicle that is driving now, it is a very expensive vehicle, and that is very true. So we don't really know what this SG is up to. And honestly speaking, I also foresee a situation if he's not going to, get back to his senses as soon as possible. I see a situation whereby even if it's Antonio Mwanza, because right now he has resigned from PF. So if Antonio Mwanza comes to UPND through the SG, this SG is going to accept. And possibly if he can't be controlled, he can even give this Antonio Mwanza or Davis Miller a position, which is good.
No,
because
that's not going to happen. There's going to be trouble. There's going to be trouble. If that happens, there will be trouble.
I'm just giving an example because of his actions.
Yeah.
So he's supposed to listen to the people, and he's supposed to do just the things which are okay. Things which are also making him to realize to say he's having that position not because he is a lucky person. There are a lot of people who can be SGs, inclusive young ones who can do a better job more than him. So it is high time for him to realize his responsibilities and to do the right thing for him to save the people of Zambia. That is the first thing. The second thing is, I feel proud to be a Zambian. I feel proud to be Zambian right now more than the previous government, because in the previous government, somebody's telling me, hold on.
No, he said spot on, just a comment. You can continue.
Okay. Why I'm saying I feel proud to be Zambian, I've never heard a speech for Edgar Lungu which was making sense in the past. I've never heard anything that is spoke to give hope to the young people in our country. I never heard anything, even from his ministers, talking about the well-being of the Zambian people. But today, I was even waiting for it to go live when Hakainde Hichilema was as my president was giving a speech at the UN. It was so amazing and it was so touching.
Okay, you're breaking up, Eric.
And
Are
I don't
you
think he
there?
had a speech which was written. Yes, I'm there. I'm
Oh,
there.
okay, you're
I
breaking up.
He was speaking. I don't think he had a speech which was being read by him. The words which were coming out of him were just natural. You know, he was speaking with these emotions, and I felt touched as a president, you know, having the future, visualizing Zambia, putting Zambia into his heart. So that is the kind of a leader that we want. And we just expect a lot of things to happen. How I wish I can just meet with him in person and then I tell him to say, my president, you don't know how happy I am and how I can express myself for me to do more to my country in order for us to produce leaders just like you. If there is a school which molds leaders to become like you, I think I can be one of them to attend that particular school because he's a man. He's a man and he's a man of the heart. Like he has just won my heart. He has won my heart. To be honest with you, I'm one of Jehovah's Witnesses, and you can be surprised if a person talks like the way I'm talking right now. And if I tell you to say I voted this time around, you can't believe
But
it because
Jehovah's
you know
Witness,
how
did
it's a
you
witness
vote,
talk.
sir?
I did.
Did
That's
that
the
man
reason
vote?
why I have
I hear that.
exactly. That's the reason I can even show you my
My
voter's
God
card.
bless you.
You know, you need
Thank
to
you very
ask
much.
all
I'm
your
glad, my
Jehovah's
brother.
Witnesses to start voting.
Thank you
Oh,
very
that's
much. Because
funny.
if I never voted, I can't be speaking like the way I'm speaking.
Lungu taught us lessons.
I'm telling you, I was just disgusted. I was like, if Lungu wins this time around, I'm going out of this country. And that was
Imagine.
something that was,
It's true.
you see.
Anyway,
So, to be
thank you,
honest with
Eric.
you,
Let's have Musa come in.
Hello, good evening, ma'am, and good evening, the panel, Eric, and also the panel that is represented here. Good evening.
Good evening.
I hope you can hear me loud and clear, ma'am.
Excellent. Yes, you can go ahead.
All right. I know you are surprised to hear my voice in this low sound.
What's happening? Are you okay?
I'm disappointed.
With what?
I never knew that I could hear people defecting from PF into UPND.
And being accepted.
I remember long time ago, not much ago, months ago, I sat down personally and looked at how we were treated in Zambia. And they used to boast to me and say, and I realized that it was my power to change the government. And when I made this decision to change the government with my NRC and my voter's card, I meant to change the government completely. I never meant to say I have to change the president, but I was saying I have to change the whole cabinet, including all the members that are in this government. And when I voted on 12th August 2021, my vision was to see new people in the government that is coming. I never expected people who mocked Hakainde Hichilema to decide to join UPND. I never thought people who sang evil songs against UPND to sing good songs for UPND. I've now realized why people say that politics sometimes it's a dirty game. Because you can't mix sand and milk. It won't taste like milk because you'll be hearing sand in your mouth when drinking it. If we start bringing people of PF into UPND, there will be no change. There will be only the change of a party. Remember what destroyed PF? They are MMD members who came from MMD into PF and brought different ideas, gave Lungu, and Lungu followed them and today PF is no more. I can see this also coming into UPND by allowing members from PF into UPND. My vision for UPND was to see UPND unique, different people. My disappointment came when I heard that Felix Mutati is also appointed, because that man, I don't really trust him. I'm sorry to say this on the media, but I have to speak because there is freedom of speech. I heard my president allowed me to speak when things are not okay. And when people decide to change the government, they don't change the political party, they change all the members. Nga mwakuka pamushi, tekutira kuikala parapene parubansa, kukuka fyonse mwafumapo apanyu. Doesn't mean that no, I've changed the government, but there's the same dollar here, the same who. I don't think if this will make me stand in the queue in the next elections to vote, because this has really disappointed me. And if there is someone who's just accepting whoever comes in, is not in the plan to move this country forward, but to destroy the party, like the way they destroyed the PF. If we are going to sleep on this one as youths, our party will be destroyed. Our president has got a very good heart. And looking at him, he needs people who can be like him, not people who destroyed the PF to come into UPND. This has frustrated me. I'm so much disappointed. I'm sure if I'm the only one unhappy in this group, please forgive me, because I'm sensing some fall and the decline of our party, and which I don't want. My vision is to see UPND with Hakainde Hichilema 10 years until he completes all the terms. That's my vision I have. I'm sorry, ma'am, if my speech at all I've spoken anything that really out of the discussion or anything that sounds to be so upsetting anybody or maybe abusive. I'm so sorry, but that's my mind. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Musa. I think you have stated it correctly. I think if we say we are not going to vote, we are not going to create a solution. So the solution here is we, the youth, have to stand up and talk to our HH to say what is happening. We don't want it. Any relationship, there needs to be communication. If there is no communication, then you're going to have problems in that relationship. So we voted for HH, by youth Mwanisa HH. So go to HH with all your problems. He will listen to you. He's your listening president. In fact, we are going to tag him on this video so he can watch it when he has time. You can send him an inbox on his Facebook account. So we are not giving up, but we are not going to let these people infiltrate and start corrupting HH, the people whom HH has chosen to work. What is going to happen is that if these people continue to make questionable decisions, we will continue reporting them, and eventually HH will drop these people. We don't want to see the same people in government. No. Accepting defectors a month after and having parties to celebrate defectors is wrong. How do you think people feel? Do we have a celebration to celebrate those people? To say this person has survived this attack from PF? Do we have them? Because they are nobodies. They are ordinary people. They are not being recognized. But people who had the name whatever, Chongwe, wherever she's from, people are protesting. It's not right. It's not right. So we're going to be ending, guys. We're up on our hour. So if you want to close, I see Bless, you are here. You didn't say anything. If you want to close, you can just raise your hand and we can close. But you also, this thing of faith and the money is like, you know what? That girl, Mwai Chesana, I just want to say that Faith Musonda, she's a young girl. And people are celebrating her. Okay, Faith Musonda Uyawine one. Ask Monica Lewinsky. Look at what Monica Lewinsky went through when she had that scandal about Bill Clinton. Monica Lewinsky couldn't even have a life. She had to go to counseling to recover when she was exposed. So the thing is, Mozambique, our morals, we really need to work on our moral characters. Because some people, Faith is humble. What do you mean she's humble? She was interfering in marriage of Esther Lungu. How do you think Esther Lungu is feeling?
It's a shame. It's a shame.
It's a shame. And she's a big fish. What do you mean it's a big fish? This girl, she was interfering in a marriage of the president. You know, in Zambia, I think we really need Dama lessons to have our mind right. Like today, Saleti have supporter. If you are it's better you don't comment. Then you want to, hey, she came driving the latest Range Rover, Tayumfwa, she's very humble. Excuse you. Stop misleading. Some of these people who are saying these things, they have huge followings on Facebook. So these messages in Amulechta preach such message. What do you think you are putting in the mind of these young girls? 14 years, ale tambai ya message. From there, no, we have to
Women
build
must
a
really
character with the strong. Our young girls, they have to hear the right things. If you're on social media, choose what to say.
nice.
You know, not mule support uya faith uya mwandini. They can represent her, the lawyers, because she can pay any lawyer. She has money. But for me, my problem is abantu balem supporter. She's humble. What do you mean she's humble? How do you think you are Esther Lungu balem?
Very sad.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, guys, you can mute. Otherwise, we can. You can say your last words, and then we can. We'll come to try to come on sometime soon. But it's a wonderful day, guys. I am so proud to be Zambian. The only thing is disappointing if the Secretariat. By Menda Naponga Nimanani, he's going to lose his job. Is if he will start celebrating defectors, it is not good. People's memories are still fresh. People were attacked. People were fired by these same PF cadres. They lost jobs. Bally, they lost lives. So for this thing, Kulaita celebrate my defectors is wrong. And he must apologize, and it shouldn't happen again. They must be celebrating. Now it's time to celebrating for people who did something for this election, for victory to be possible. Otherwise, that's it, guys. We'll talk again sometime soon. If you have a comment, Yola, Bless, Juba, Goodson. Otherwise, we'll sign off. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Let me just end the live. Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll see you soon. Share the videos, share the broadcast. We'll be here, guys. We have to provide checks and balances because, you know, if we are quiet, they'll continue doing these things. No, we fought tooth and nail for this victory, and we want things to go right. So we will not stop talking. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week. Yes. Juva, go ahead.
Ma'am, I'm just disappointed with the pace where the SEC deck that they are moving on.
Yeah.
I think they need to do something with these people. They are not doing the job that we are expecting them to do. I think they're just there.
So on that one, Juva, let's talk next time about the ACC and DEC. So I think we can maybe on Friday or Friday, I think we can talk about that.
Yes, that should be our topic next time.
Yes. Thank you.